You might remember the BMW X2. It was a little bit of an unusual car. It had roundel badges on the C-pillars. In fact, it had badges all over it, 9 if you included the one on the steering wheel. But now there's an all-new X2. In fact, this is the BMW iX2. It's going fully electric this time. So let's get into it. It's built on the same underpinnings as the X1 that we already have, but really that's where the similarities end. In fact, this car doesn't share any similar bodywork with the X1 other than the door mirrors and the door handles. Obviously now it has more of a coupe SUV-like profile that you can see here, and that makes it fit more in with the rest of the BMW range, which includes the X4 and the X6. The iX2 has a more distinctive face as well, with these specific headlights that include blue accents and are available with matrix lighting technology as well. I really like the way the roundel is recessed in this kind of valley in the bonnet, and it's surrounded by a blue ring that signifies it is an electric powertrain. What also does that is this blanked off kidney grille design. It looks really, really good, and you can have it illuminated as an option as well. This is the M Sport version, which means that this cladding is body colored to match the rest of the car. Standard cars will have this in a black matte finish. It's also equipped with 20-inch wheels. These are the largest wheel sizes that you can get on the iX2, but they do start at 17 inches, and those ones will give you the longest driving range. Also, you'll notice the blue M Sport calipers. Obviously, with the growing popularity of sporty SUVs, the X2 now has this coupe-like roofline and a very clear rear window. Because there's no wiper on the back, all the air coming off the roof will whisk away any rainwater that's there. There's a small spoiler on the back that's just to add a little bit more stability at higher speeds. And you'll notice that it's got very detailed rear lights, and they kind of mimic what we've seen with the design of the headlights in terms of the overall lighting signature. Now, with the last X2, you got 470 litres of boot space. This time around you get 525, which is a hell of a lot more, and you've got a nice big aperture as well for loading in any bulky items. There's also some added space underneath there if you want to put in your charging cables and keep them out of the way. So that's very, very useful. And if you need more space, you can also lower the rear seats. They have a 40-20-40 split. So if you do need to load in any bulky items, you can do that quite easily. This xDrive 30 has a 313 horsepower output and uses a 64.7 kilowatt hour battery to deliver a driving range of up to 449 kilometers. It will accelerate from 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds and has a top speed limited to 180 kilometers an hour. When it comes to charging, it has 11 kilowatts AC as standard with the option of a 22 kilowatt AC charger, and rapid DC charging can be done at up to 130 kilowatts. The iX2 gets a little bit of a different look on the inside as well. You got these nice different textured fabrics here on top of the dashboard and an aluminium finish across the fascia too. It has the curved BMW display, which has a driver focused instrument display in front of you and a large touchscreen here within easy reach. It means there's no more iDrive rotary controller here. There's also the option of a head-up display, and you've got a very nice multifunction control steering wheel here. Feels nice and chunky, and there's plenty of adjustment as well to find a suitable driving position. There's even a boost paddle here on the left-hand side to give it a little bit of an extra kick when you need it. The rest of the dashboard is very nicely and simply laid out. You've got this rather open center console here. You've got a wireless charging pad, 2 decent sized cup holders, 2 USB-C charge ports, and this whole open area underneath this floating armrest. That's great for putting any odds and ends in. You do have some more space as well underneath the armrest. You're going to throw a few more loose items in, and all the control panel here includes your volume control, selecting your My modes, and obviously going between forward and reverse drive. One other exclusive to the iX2 is this two-tone seat upholstery as well. Looks really good and has a very nice detailing, including the stitching and this grey fabric in the centre. Here in the back of the iX2, there's a reasonable amount of passenger space too. For reference, I'm about 5'9" and I've got a little bit more headroom left to spare, and I'm sitting behind my driving position. I've a good amount of arm room, good amount of knee room here as well, and I can get my feet just in underneath the seat in front, so if I do want to stretch out a little bit more, I can do so. Now, it's always a little bit compromised back here for 3 adults, and even though it's a mostly flat floor, this rear console unit does ease in a little bit to whoever's going to be sitting in the middle seat. You've got 2 air vents, 2 USB-C ports there, and if you don't want to use this middle seat, well, you've got the usual pop-down dual cup holder armrest here as well, so that's kind of handy. Both of the outer rear seats have easily accessible ISOFIX points too. There's pockets on the backs of the front seats, and actually the door bins are pretty good size too. That's our first look at the all-new BMW iX2. We hope you've enjoyed the video. If you want to know more about it, head over to our website. It's CompleteCar.ie, and you'll find it linked in the description below. It's a great resource for finding your next new car. But we'd love to know what you think about this car, so tell us what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.